Okay, Carm3D back to talk more about leg rigging in Cinema 4D. I've been learning some more stuff here. I wanted to point out that this top null here that I use to reorient the flow of the bones and all that stuff isn't really necessary. It does function, but when you go in the coordinate panel, excuse me, and you use freeze transformation, freeze all, watch what happens to the null. There, it gets done, so it looks very much like the null after it. So this null turns out to be redundant, but that's okay. It's not really hurting anything. But just know when you do your rig your way, you can just rotate it willy-nilly like I was doing for this guy, freeze the transformations, and then you're good to go, which is essentially what that Shift-P did in Lightwave when I was showing you the recording the orientation of an object or something. I can't remember the exact terminology. So there's that. Next thing I want to show you is the joint tool. Even though I was creating these joints manually with just using joint here, the joint tool does have some other features to it other than just creation of joints. Check out here in modifiers. So you can see that the default click function is move. And by the way, you can change all of these. Control click to draw and shift click to split. So that's nice that you can have a split tool. Just shift click on a joint and there it goes, it's split. And you may recall that when I was working in Lightwave, I was working over here and I was turning off heading, pitch, or bank for various types of bones that were meant to be restricted to various types of rotations. Well, the Cinema 4D equivalent of that would be, let's see here, oh, where'd it go? Okay, so I clicked on a guy. Yeah, it works for anybody you click on. I was in some weird mode. And I'm going to hold Control down. Oh, I think I already set it up on this one, so hang on a second. Alright, let me see what I'm doing here. Okay, so I hit Control and all three of these guys got selected. Hit Control again, all three of these guys got selected. And I wonder if it's possible to choose just one of these or not. Maybe you're restricted to only all three of them. You know, I've excluded the size keys, so I've control clicked on position and rotation. Now I have, because they're all orange. Right click, choose animation, and say add keyframe selection. And what that does is the keys can only be recorded for those. And I think it didn't take for the rotation. I'm not sure. No, I don't know. I don't know why this is orange and this one's red. Maybe that's because there's a keyframe there. I don't know. You have to experiment with that. Okay, next on the list is we're going to add a foot control. So let's go to here and let's just add like a rectangle. And it's a spline rectangle, and splines do not render, so you can oh, here it is. It's just really big. I will use there it is, ZX. Okay, so that makes it flat on the ground. And I will choose to make it editable and then shrink it down. I'm placing this basically on the foot, and you know, my feet are at an odd angle. That's okay. I'm just gonna orient it and line it up to kind of have it match. There we go. Oops. Let's scale that down. Good enough. Maybe just push it forward a little bit. And then I will choose to edit the axis only. And I'll push that to the heel. Oh, nuts. Okay. So, objects axis, modeling axis. Where did my freeze transformation go? There it goes. I don't know what was going on there. It might have been residue from when I was editing the axis, but I clicked on it over here. I did that, and now I can access this stuff, and then freeze transformations, freeze all. And note that when you do that, the whole point of doing that is, bear with me, I'm sorry. These get all zeroed out, even though it's not really zero, but it's remembering this location to be zero, so that anytime you want to bring it back to the neutral or the default pose, you can do that. And I'm suddenly wondering why my leg is outside the body. I don't know. I'm going to pause the video here. Okay, I've fixed everything. I'm going to make I guess I'll just make a joint. And parent that to my guy foot control. Okay. I'm gonna move that forward. And up just a bit there, basically putting it right where the ball of his foot would be. And let's see, I'm going to rotate this I think I need to turn gimbaling rotations on. Oh, I can't tell which way is up with this thing. I think that's the way I want. I basically want it to get it so it's pointing towards here. It doesn't have to be exact. And then I will freeze the transformations. Again, this stuff is not available, but when I click on E for move, alright, maybe when I click on the move here, or rotate, the freeze transformation thing is still not showing up. I don't know what the deal is, so do it this way. Now it's back. Don't ask me to explain it, I'm just sharing it with you. There we go. So you can see basically the axis is pointing in this direction, I think. Maybe not, maybe it's pointing out this way. I think that's better. Yeah. Alright, so a new joint. Reset PSR. Move along the Z. And there it is. Okay, good. So notice we are heading towards the end of this chain. Now I'm going to show you a new tool here in snapping. I'm going to turn on 3D snapping, I believe. And if I just go like that, nothing happens. Okay, great. Oh, that's even better. I hit Control Z to undo and then the whole leg moves. So, you got me what's going on here. And the rotation's all screwed up. Yeah, this is great. Alright, time to pause the video again. Okay, I don't know what happened back there, but I've redone the leg. Well, I didn't redo it, I just replaced everything where it should be, and I got rid of the extra bone that I had split, for better or for worse. So we're basically down to the basics. Guy leg, the thigh bone, the knee bone, and the leg end joint to close off that chain. And let's go back to what we were doing. I was going to attempt snapping. I did not enable snap, so that was probably the problem. And yes, this looks more familiar. I want axis snap. So if I go to move mode, and there it goes. This still doesn't look like it snapped. Nope. It looks like maybe it's snapping in a two-dimensional way. Well, now it's not snapping at all. Maybe auto-snapping? Oh, wait. Nope. Okay. It's being difficult, and I can't say it's acting out of character. Did that do it? No. It looks like it's sometimes snapping only from the point of view of the screen, but then when you rotate it, it is nowhere near snapping. The whole point of this is I want it to line the end of this up with this so that this can be the IK goal for the whole leg. So I guess I'm gonna pause the video again. Okay, I got it working in a really stupid way. Basically, using the snap with the axis snap, I did it one axis at a time. I would wiggle the red axis until it snaps, do the same thing to the green until it snaps, the same thing to the blue until it snaps. So it's really dumb, but it works. Now it's snapped in every conceivable angle, and it's physically in the same location, which means now that we can tell the leg to use this as the IK goal. So that's good. That's half the battle. The next thing I'm going to do is create a bone that is a child of this, that actually knows a child of this. I think, yeah, that would come out of here. So let's add another joint. And maybe first I'll rename these. Guy foot R, guy foot end R. Got a new joint, pair that to the foot control. Where'd it go? Oh, it's over there. My snapping is still on, so I'm hoping it would be as simple as doing something like that. It seems to be working now. Yeah. Good, good, good. Okay. Also, I know that I have snapped it into position, but I'm going to zero out its rotation. And I did want to show you one other thing that I noticed while the video was paused. Well, first let me freeze this and then set this. Okay, I found out that what these red dots mean, and sometimes yellow, is they were gray when there was no keyframe. They are red when I just set this keyframe, which is record the position, scale, and rotation. And if there is a keyframe here and I modified it, it would turn yellow, meaning it was modified but not keyed. And so I'm sure if I said auto key, that would never be an issue. So that's that. Set another joint. Toe, oh, guy, toe R, guy, toe end R. Okay. And let's zero this out. Did that even do anything? I guess it doesn't really work when you zero them out in here. Maybe I should just use reset. Yeah, that seems to work. Although I was expecting that to be coming out in the direction of this, because this is a child of this and this is oriented that way. So I don't know what's going on there. I do know that The only change is on the Z, which is good. That's what I want, but this means this is not at the right angle. I'm gonna see what happens if I do this. Perfect. Okay, so whatever happened when I chose to freeze all, it put some extra value in the pitch rotation. I didn't want that. I want that to be perfectly aligned with this guy. So it turns out you can edit these. These are the offsets that freeze transformation uses. So I got that at 0, and everything seems to be perfect now, which is good. So that's plenty for this video, I think. It's been enough tragedy, and we will continue from here, setting up things like IKs and pole vectors and stuff like that. So see you next time.